Hey guys, welcome back to another tutorial. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you guys how to create some cool looking dust particles inside of Cinema 4D and Redshift really fast. So here we are in Cinema 4D and I have a very basic scene here. It's a scene that I basically stole from one of my daily projects on Instagram. It has a table and a book. I think I got these from Quixelbridge, and I have a table lamp here. I think it was a free model which I got from Sketchfab, and then I had to remodel some stuff and texture it as well to fit it with Redshift. To light the scene, I have a very simple spotlight with a gobo texture attached with it, which is giving me these lovely shadows, by the way. Really useful technique to get some really nice mood into your scene. And for like the volumetric effects, I have a Redshift environment with a noise volume attached to it. So it's a very simple scene. So when I was creating the scene, I basically got to this portion of the scene where I had lit and textured it, but I felt like something was missing to like encapsulate the mood. The lighting is doing some really nice work by creating some dark areas, and the mood also feels very gloomy and old, and it feels like it's in an enclosed space, but I felt like something was missing, right? Since it's a really untidy space, you can see like the table has worn off, the book is really old, the table lamp looks very weathered, and it has seen its fair share of rough days, as you can see with the textures. So I felt like it required some more imperfections. So that's when I decided to accommodate some dust particles into the scene, right? And that's exactly what we're gonna look into today. So in order to like create those dust particles, let me just create another scene. So here we are in a new scene where we're gonna create those dust particles. So in order to do that, I'm gonna create an arc real quick. And in the arc, it's right now I think 1/4 of a circle. I'm gonna turn it into a half circle by changing the end angle to about 180 degrees. Next thing what I'm going to do is add some variations, but before I do that, I want to change these intermediate points mode to subdivided so that we get some smooth noise effects when we displace it. So in order to displace it and add some variation, I'm going to add a displacer. In the displacer shading channel, I'm going to add a noise and scale up the noise to about 600. And let's just increase the height now. Yeah, great. We have our first dust particle. Let's add a few variations. Let's add 4 versions. And let's just change the seed for each and every one of these. It's looking nice. And yeah. So yeah, let's just get these guys into our original scene, and let's scatter these points to create that dusty atmosphere. So I just pasted them into our scene, but already you guys can see it's huge. It is absolutely huge. Yeah, you really don't have these large size dust particles, at least not in my part of the world. So yeah. So I'm gonna need to scale these guys down, but if you try to scale these guys down right now, you're gonna notice that our noise values are kind of getting changed, and the noise is not as strong as it should be. So in order to fix that, what we're going to do is we're going to click and select all these guys, and then we're going to use this nice little thing called current state to object. We're just going to use that, and you're going to get like these splines, and I'm going to bring these guys out, and now if we scale them down, they should be fine. So let me find the appropriate scale for these dust particles. Still too big. That should be about fine. Maybe a little more. Yeah, that is looking good. Next, I'm gonna add this guy into a cloner. Oh, not like that. So let me just add a cloner first and just put it down into a cloner. No, I need to now like find a shape that can essentially contain these dust particles, right? So let's create a sphere. For this particular scene, let's create a sphere. I think a sphere should be fine. So you're gonna get it roughly around where our scene basically persists. Right about here, I think should be fine. Inside the cloner, we're gonna change it to the object mode, and we're gonna drag the sphere here, and instead of surface, we're gonna do volume. And let's hide the surface for now. And if we go back to our camera, yes, these guys are starting to appear really nicely. Let's increase these numbers a bit. Yeah, looking good. Now, I think they're still a bit too big, I believe, but we can fix that later on. For now, I'm gonna add a random effector to just add some variation to position, rotation, and scale. 5, let's do rotation as well. I'm gonna use 360, so a lot of rotation variation. And scale, of course, let's add absolute scale. Let's scale these guys down a bit. I'm gonna add another plane effector because I feel like they're a bit too big, so I'm gonna just go to the scale above parameter and then just scale these guys down a bit. Yeah, that is looking really good. Now, how do you render this guy? Yeah, how do you render this guy? These guys, basically. And right now, these guys are not going to show up into your render because these are splines, right? And you cannot render splines without any geometry. But Redshift has these neat little parameter. If you go into render and add Redshift object tag into your splines, you're going to see this menu called curve inside your Redshift object. If I can find some space here. Yeah. So we have, right now it's disabled. Let's change it to cylinders. And it's gonna take some time because you have a lot of splines in your scene, and as you add geometry, and yeah, we've already got it, so it didn't take that long. But it's going to eventually when we increase the number. Right now we can see like these dust particles are really thick, so let's just reduce the thickness a bit. Yeah, that's about looking right. Let me get some more space in here so that I can see it. Let's change this mode to fill window so that we can see it a bit better. I can't see anything right now, so maybe a bit bigger. Yeah, now we're getting some dust particles into our scene. And what else is gonna help is increasing this number here. Maybe like 5,000. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, I think we have some really nice dust particles. With the depth of field, it's looking really organic and natural. Let's increase this a bit more. Let's try 0.01 because I still feel like they're a bit too thin. Yeah, now it's showing up. Yeah, now it's looking really nice and organic. For the final render, obviously, I'm going to go a lot larger. This number probably around 25 to 30,000. But for now, I think it's fine. Yeah, we're getting some really nice looking details here and there. So yeah, definitely a really cool way to like bump up the details in your scene. So yeah, I think this is basically it for this one. That's essentially how I basically approached creating these dust particles for my render. So yeah, guys, thank you for watching this tutorial. I really appreciate it. If you guys found any value from this, I really appreciate if you could like this video and hit that subscribe button. And if you really loved it, hit that notification bell so that you guys can get updates on my next tutorials. This scene was taken from one of my daily renders from Instagram. So if you guys are interested into that, I'll leave a link in the description. So yeah, thank you guys for watching.